Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most important books on finance ever written, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Housel starts with a paradox. Ronald Read, a janitor who saved millions, versus Richard Fosconi, a Harvard executive who went bankrupt. The lesson: doing well with money has a little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave. Chapter 1. No one's crazy. Your personal experiences with money make up a tiny fraction of what has happened in the world. But those experiences make up 80% of how you think the world works. Everyone is trying to make sense of their own reality. Chapter 2. Luck and risk. They are twins. Every outcome in life is guided by forces other than individual effort. Bill Gates attended one of the few schools with a computer in 1968. That was a 1 in a million stroke of luck meeting talent. Chapter 3. Never enough. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. Happiness is results minus expectations. Social comparison is a battle you can never win. Don't risk what you have for what you don't have and don't need. Chapter 4. Confounding compounding. Warren Buffett's secret isn't just skill, it's time. He's been investing for 75 years. 99% of his net worth came after his 65th birthday. Compounding only works if you stay in the game. Chapter 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Getting money requires risk. Keeping it requires humility and survival. You must be financially unbreakable so that you can stay in the game long enough for compounding to work its magic. Chapter 6. Tails, you win. In investing, a small number of events, the tails, drive the majority of outcomes. You can be wrong half the time and still make a fortune if your few big winners far outweigh your many small failures. Chapter 7. Freedom. The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. Money's greatest value is providing a buffer against life's surprises and the freedom to choose your own schedule. Chapter 8. The man in the car paradox. No one is as impressed with your possessions as you are. People admire the object. If you seek respect, be careful. Humility and empathy will bring you more than horsepower ever will. Chapter 9. Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is the suppressed desire to buy something today to have options later. Spending money to show people how much you have is the fastest way to have less. Real wealth is what you save. Chapter 10. Save money. Building wealth has less to do with your income and more to do with your savings rate. Save for the sake of it. Saving money is the gap between your ego and your income. That gap is where your independence is born. Chapter 11. Reasonable is better than rational. Don't aim to be coldly rational. Aim to be pretty reasonable. If a strategy keeps you awake with anxiety, it is a bad strategy for you. Consistency beats perfection every time. Chapter 12. Surprise. History is the study of things that have never happened before. The past is a poor guide for outliers. The most important events are the ones that weren't in the books yet. Don't let the past limit your vision of the future. Chapter 13. Room for error. The most important part of any plan is to plan on the plan not going according to plan. Margin of safety ensures you can survive a range of outcomes. It prevents you from being wiped out by a single bad break. Chapter 14. You'll change. The end of history illusion makes us think our desires are permanent. They aren't. Avoid extremes. Avoid financial extremes. Working 100 hours today might not be what your 50-year-old self wants. Aim for balance. Chapter 15. Nothing's free. Everything has a price, but not all prices are on a tag. Successful investing costs volatility. Don't view market dips as a fine. View them as a fee you pay for superior returns. It's the admission price for wealth. Chapter 16. You and me. Identify what game you are playing. A day trader and a long-term investor play different games. Financial disaster happens when long-term investors take cues from short-term traders. Know your game and stick to your rules. Chapter 17. The seduction of pessimism. Pessimism sounds smarter and more plausible than optimism. It captures more attention. Optimism is the belief that the odds are in your favor over time, despite the short-term setbacks that will inevitably happen. Chapter 18, When You'll Believe Anything. We tell ourselves stories to make sense of a complex world. We believe our hopes. The more you want something to be true, the more likely you are to believe a story that overestimates the odds. Be wary. Chapter 19, All Together Now. Success comes from the cumulative power of these behavioral skills. It's a soft skill. We've seen that behavior and survival are the bedrock of wealth. But how do we apply this for the years ahead? As we look toward 2026, the game remains the same. Technology changes, but human psychology does not. The rise of AI will create new winners, but the tail-driven nature of success will always be a behavioral constant. Global geopolitics and rankings may shift, but your personal margin of safety is what will protect you from the unexpected. Forget the daily market noise. Focus on your savings rate and give compounding the decades it needs to work for you. The way forward is clear. Master your psychology, conquer FOMO, and aim for endurance over short-term brilliance. No one is crazy. Luck and risk are twins. Wealth is what you don't see. These are the laws of money. The highest dividend is control over your time. Spending money to show wealth is the fastest way to have less of it. Compounding works if you give it years. Room for error is the most important part of any plan. Carry these. In the end, financial success is about having the discipline to do the simple things right forever. It's about behavior. Build a life that gives you independence. That is the ultimate goal. That is your true wealth. This is your playbook. The world will always be uncertain, but your strategy should be quiet, patient, and enduring. That is how you win. Housel's final author note reminds us to be kind to ourselves. Financial mistakes are part of the game. Survival is the win. The spiritual takeaway is simple. Peace of mind is the greatest return on investment you will ever achieve. Aim for it. Implement these rules today. Stop the social comparison. Increase your savings. Embrace the volatility. And never give up. Look at history. Every crash was followed by a recovery. The patient survived. The panicky were wiped out. Be the survivor. Whether you are in Toronto or Vancouver, the laws of psychology are universal. Greed and fear have no borders. Endurance is the superpower of the greats. They didn't just win, they stayed one by never getting wiped out. In the high-tech world of 2026, your behavioral discipline will be your most valuable asset. Master it now. This isn't just a book review, it's a playbook for your life. Rewatch this whenever the noise of the world gets too loud. Small behavioral changes lead to massive life outcomes. Your choices define your freedom 10 years from now. Teach these lessons to the next generation. The best legacy is the wisdom of how to use money for freedom. AI can analyze data, but it cannot master your emotions for you. That is your unique responsibility and advantage. Your way forward starts today. Define your game, set your rules, and have the patience to see them through. As the great philosophers of wealth said, money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant. Use it wisely. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. I hope this playbook serves you well on your journey toward true wealth. Stay disciplined, stay patient, and stay wealthy in the ways that matter. This is Rahul Malhotra signing off.